I was going through a rough time. Um, a friend of mine, actually a lady that I had become close to, I was working for her. She had a lingerie line, and she you know how I met her? I was working in the hospital, and she had put up an ad in the hospital looking for models, and I responded to the ad, and we met, and she loved me. She saw so much in me. She wanted me to be one of her leading models, and so I worked closely with her. We became friends. We basically we had the same cultural background. So yeah, like she felt like she was my aunt. But when things were kind of picking up, she was able to get in touch with some of the producers or the people behind the set of the show The Young and the Restless, and they were going to feature her, one of her pieces on the show, and that was a big deal at that time. Like, it was a big deal. And so that was good, but there's other things going on, I guess, in her personal life that weren't so good for her. And at the same time that she did have the business, she was working, and she didn't really like the job that she was doing, but she had to do it. But I think she had a lot she had a lot going on in her life, and she really, really wanted her lingerie line to take off. I was one of the models that she had for shows, like fashion shows. At that time, I was working on movie sets, so I was basically constantly on movie sets, as a background performer, or a dancer, or like, that was my life then. This was in when 19 between 97 and say 2003 or 4. But yeah, so it was there was a time, like, it was there was a lot going on for her, and then I was busy working on set. And I remember there was a movie that was going to be filmed in my city, and she kept telling me, I want you to be on that movie. Make sure you're on that set because it's close to home. And she kept pushing me, and I wasn't really interested at the time. But because she kept pushing me, I mentioned it to my agent, and sure enough, there was an opening, and she got me on the set of that movie, and I was to show up for work on set on the Monday, and I got a call, I think, on the Saturday from the same lady, her husband, telling me that she had passed away. And that weekend, that was something else. All I know is that if I did not book that, I would have been finished. If I had not booked that movie helped me get through the whole, well, not the whole, but most of the mourning process that I had to go through from losing somebody that was so close to me. And that was my first time ever losing someone close to me. It hit me to my core. My nerves, everything were off. If I didn't have that movie set to go on at that time to help me get through that time, I would have been a mess. So I know that that whole entire thing was divinely set. And this is why I would tell anyone now that no matter what is going on, there is also always a divine plan happening, no matter what. Because when I went, she's the one that wanted me to go on that set. And when I went on that set that Monday, I was a mess, but I had to be there, and I had to put a lot of things aside as best as I could to be on set. And for some reason, the producer of that movie, the producer of that movie saw something in me in that crowd of people, and he pulled me from the crowd and propped me up right at the front, right beside Kerry Washington. And whoa, I looked at her, she looked at me. She was happy to meet me. We got to talk. It was just that whole time that I was on set. It was such a beautiful experience for me. I will never, ever forget the people I met, the other celebrities that I met. I got to hang out with them. I got to go out for dinner with them. I had such an amazing time, and that whole time, it lasted for over a month. And that experience, I was able to explain to them because somebody had picked up that they saw a sadness in me, and I explained to them that my friend just passed away, and she's the one that pushed me to be on this movie set, or I wouldn't even be here. And it made me wonder, like, did she know or what? Like, I don't know. All I know is she was like an angel. She came into my life and she saw a lot in me, things that I never even saw for myself. She tried to guide me like as if she was my auntie, and she saw a lot in me, and she wanted me to push more and get a lot more out of life than she saw that I was doing. And so she's the one that, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have experienced that. I would never have experienced being on the set, being on camera that much, meeting so many people, Meg Ryan, like so many people. And it took away a lot of the sadness, at least for the times that I was on set. I had to deal with a lot when I would leave and go home, but I made a lot of good connections, and I had a lovely time. And I always remember that if it wasn't for her, I would never have experienced that. And so I would say once again, everything is in divine order. Sometimes we fall into situations and we don't understand why we're there, but there is a higher knowing, there is a higher truth involved. And if we listen, we will get what we are supposed to get. And we should never, never stress or worry. And I'm not saying that I don't worry at times, because I still do. But I know that a lot of things that happen in life, they happen this way because that's just how it was supposed to go. And I currently do not work in the movie industry, and sometimes I do miss it, and I I miss the creativity of it. I miss all of that. But I think I needed to step away from a lot of things to focus on myself, my life, my health, my knowledge. And who knows? Who knows what will happen moving forward? But right now I'm on a journey and I'm happy in my journey. I just need to listen more. And even this right now, me just putting this out right here, I never put this out. I have a lot of stories, even like being on set and working around a lot of celebrities that I never ever really speak about, but they're there, and I'm happy that I was able to experience them. So I hope this inspires you to listen to your intuition, listen to your guides. Sometimes things happen to teach you, to elevate you to the next level. And I did learn a lot on that movie set from the people that I met on that set. They taught me a lot about life, and I hold on to that knowledge and that experience, and I am grateful. Peace.